الرحمن الرحيم. وعن أنس رضي الله عنه قال كان كرام لعائشة سترت به جانب بيتها فقال لها النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أميتي عنا كرامك هذا فإنه لا يزال تصاويره تعرض في صلاة رواه البخاري. Anas radiallahu anhu said there was a curtain for Aisha radiallahu anhu, which she covered with it one side of her house. The Nabi Karim said to her that remove from us this curtain of yours because its pictures are continuously uh, uh, presenting itself in my salah or obstructing my salah. Rawal Bukhari, right? So, uh, Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha, initially when she put it up, that's the time it was permissible. But then after that, from that time onwards, it became prohibited. So when Nabi Akram prohibited it, then she removed it. وعقبة بن عامر رضي الله قال أهدي لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فروج حرير فلبسه ثم صلى فيه ثم انصرف فنزعه نزعا شديدا كالكاره له ثم قال لا ينبغي هذا للمتقين متفق عليه. Uqba ibn Amir radiallahu anhu said that a shawl, a silk jubba, a silk cloak, like a jubba cloak, right? Was given as a gift to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he wore it, then he recited salat in it. Then he turned around and he took it out, uh, uh, but angrily, you understand, firmly, like so disliking it. And he said, this is not preferable for those of taqwa, right? So who gave this? They say it was one king, right? The king of Rome or the king of Alexandria. He gave this jubba. At that time, it was not as yet not permissible. It was not as yet najais for the men to wear silk. And then after that, it became najais, right? And then, so Nabi Akram wore this whilst it was permissible, but he took it out afterwards and he said, this is not for those who have muttaqi, who have taqwa. That's not for those who have taqwa. Even though wearing it at that time was permissible. So these muttaqi people, those people who've got taqwa, their slate is so clear that anything that's got to do with pride, etc., would affect them, and therefore this he took out this silk jubba, right? So this was initially it was permissible for men and women. Then afterwards it became not permissible for men, still permissible for women. So that's how the masla stands now, that it is not permissible for men, whether they muttaqi or not muttaqi. They can still wear, women can still wear it, right? الفصل الثاني عن سلمة بن الأكوع رضي الله عنه قال قلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إني رجل أسيد أفأصلي في القميص الواحد قال نعم وزرره ولو بشوكة رواه أبو داود وروى النسائي نحوه. Then from Salma ibn Aqwa, I said, oh Nabi Akram, I am a man who goes hunting. Can I read Salah in one kurta? So he said, yes, but tie it, even though what they torn, right? Narrated by Abu Dawud, and Nasai also narrates like it, right? Because those people who go hunting now, then they need to have less clothes on them so they can run after the hunt. You understand? So therefore, he now presents his situation to Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Nabi Karim tells him yeah, that you can do it like that because your satar is covered, but then just tie it there on top. So that when you make ruku and sajda, your satar doesn't show. They put at least here something, because now if you go down, then your satar will show now, you understand, because of the big gap. So you put some buttons there, or you put, even if you don't have a button, you put even a thorn, that by which you can just tie it up there. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله قال بينما رجل يصلي مسبل إزاره قال له رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اذهب فتوضأ فذهب وتوضأ ثم جاء فقال رجل يا رسول الله ما لك أمرته أن يتوضأ قال إنه كان يصلي وهو مسبل إزاره وإن الله لا يقبل صلاة رجل مسبل إزاره رواه Abu Dawud. Now, Abu Hurairah said that while some man was reciting Salah, whilst he had his garments flowing over his ankles. Nabi Kareem he had his trouser flowing over his ankles. Nabi Kareem said, "Go and make wuzu." Then he went and he made wuzu. Then he came. So the man said, "Oh Nabi Kareem, what is? Why did you order him to make wuzu?" He said, "Indeed, he had recited salah whilst he had allowed his garment, his trouser, to run below his ankles, and indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept the salah of a man who allows his trouser to run beyond, lower than his ankles." Right. Um, so what's the meaning of isbal now? Isbal means allowing letting your clothes flow below your ankles. And you're doing this out of pride, right? So this is not special to a trouser only, but it could be any other garment that you're wearing, whether it's a cloak or like a jubba or something, and let go below, because this is the way of the pride and the kings and the haughty ones. So to allow your trouser or whatever garment to go below your ankles is makruh, right? So therefore, Nabi Akram says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not accept the salah of a person. In other words, he's not going to get the reward of his salah. Even though his salah is done, he's not going to get the reward of his salah. So even though this person was with wuzu, and allowing your trouser below your ankles doesn't break your wuzu, but Nabi Akram told him to go make wuzu so that he can be aware of something that he's doing wrong. You understand? That will alert him that the fact that he's doing something wrong in his salah. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تقبل صلاة حائض إلا بخمار رواه أبو داود والترمذي. Aisha رضي الله عنها said that Nabi Karim said that the salah of a baligh woman will not be accepted except with headgear, right? Nabi Abu Dawud and Tirmizi. So what we understand from this hadith shows that the woman's head and hair coming from her head, all this is necessary to cover in salah. And if a woman uh, wears such thin clothes that this can be seen, her hair can be seen, you understand, then the salah will not be valid. Yeah. وعن أم سلمة رضي الله تعالى عنها سألت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أتصلي المرأة في درع وخمار ليس عليها إزار؟ قال إذا كان الدرع سابغا يغطي ظهور قدميها، رواه أبو داود. وذكر جماعة وقفوا على أم سلمة. Later, Umm Salma radiallahu anha, she said that she asked Nabi Karim, can a woman read Salah in a dress and a headgear, and she doesn't have any trouser on? So Nabi Karim said, when the dress is flowing and it covers, it's so long that it covers the top of her feet, right? This is Nabi Abu Dawud, and another Jamaat also narrate this hadith, but they make it mawkuf on Salma. In other words, they don't attribute it to Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right. So this hadith here shows that the feet of the woman, that the top of the feet of the woman, are also necessary to cover. So there's ikhtilaf there. Some say the feet should be covered. Some say the feet shouldn't be covered. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم نهى عن السدل في الصلاة وأن يغطي الرجل فاه، رواه أبو داود والترمذي. Abu Hurairah says the Nabi Akram prohibited from saddle in salah, and that a man should cover his mouth. Right? Nabi Abu Dawud and Tirmizi. What's the meaning of saddle? Saddle means that you have a scarf, etc., on your head or on your shoulders, and then it's hanging loose. It is hanging loose. It's not wrapped around you, but rather it's hanging loose. So when you're going to ruku in it, it all hangs down like that. So this has been prohibited because this is a sign of takabbur and pride. You understand it? And to read namaz like this is makruh, right? Some say what sadal means is that person recites salah and then he puts his hand inside his clothes. You understand? Inside. So you don't put your hands in your sleeves, but you put it inside your clothes. Or you understand? And then they say this is also not correct because this is the way of the Jews. Right. Then when it comes to covering the mouth here, then you shouldn't cover the mouth because now you're gonna can't make a kirat properly. You can't make sajda properly, right? Yes, if a person burps or there's a smell coming from his mouth, then it's mustahab for him to cover his mouth so he don't give others taklif. Okay, leave it till there.